5 years from now, you're either, wow, I'm actually having a conversation in Japanese, or wow, I still just know konnichiwa and pointing at a menu. Here's why that happens. Kids learn a language in a room full of native speakers, listening, pointing, talking. But as an adult, you start in an empty room, just you and a textbook. And you cannot learn to speak in an empty room. This is the most important lesson you will ever get. The apps, the books, they're all just furniture. They can't talk back. Your fluency is decided the moment you stop decorating the empty room and start finding a way to fill it with conversation. Every time you see a new word and your brain instantly pulls up the English translation, you think you're learning. You're not. You're just building a cheap, flimsy translation dictionary in your head. And dictionaries don't speak. People do. And that's the real prize, isn't it? To actually connect with them. Okay, but what if my brain just thinks in English? Good news. I'm not here to tell you to just think in Spanish, bro, like it's some magic switch. I'm here to show you the leverage, the specific, actionable steps that rewire your brain for you. Because if you claim just 30 minutes a day to do this right, you'll gain a psychological and neurological edge over 99% of people who spend years on gamified apps, yet still can't hold a real conversation. But what do I actually do? Relax, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Here's the 5-step method that will have your future self ordering food, making friends, and telling jokes in another language. Step 1. Tame the sounds. This feels like a detour, but it will save you hundreds of hours later. Before you learn a single word, you need to make the foreign sounds familiar. Your first mission is to hunt down the sounds that don't exist in your native language. Then, for each new sound, link it to a single, memorable visual word. Don't just learn the sound in Italian. Learn it from the word gnocchi while looking at a picture of gnocchi. You're building the foundation. But here's the trap, and it gets 99% of people. You can listen to 1,000 recordings, but a recording can't watch your mouth. It can't tell you your tongue is in the wrong place. You're practicing in a vacuum, and you might be learning a typo with your mouth. The danger is, the more you practice that typo, the more it becomes the only way you know how to spell the word. How do you get the real-time feedback that turns robotic imitation into natural sound? You stop practicing in the dark. You stop talking to the walls of your empty room and hoping they talk back. You bring someone into the room with you, someone who turns on the lights and points out exactly what you're doing wrong. And that's why the sponsor for this video, Italki, is such a perfect fit. And look, I'm not going to recommend some random app that just gives you more furniture for your empty room. I'm only talking about this because it's the single best tool I've found to actually get a native speaker in the room with you. So what is Italki? It's the platform where you find and hire your native speaking sparring partner. These are real one-on-one conversations, the kind that force your brain to shut down that flimsy translation dictionary and actually think in the language. You're not just getting lessons, you're getting a human error checker, someone to correct those mouth typos in real time before they become permanent, embarrassing habits. A cultural insider. You'll learn the difference between what the textbook says and what a real person from that country would actually say in a normal conversation. And for anyone whose brain immediately went to, I can't afford a private tutor, stop. It's flexible and affordable. Lessons on Italki can cost less than your weekly coffee budget. You pay per lesson and there's no recurring fees. You pay for what you use. Your budget is no longer a valid excuse. And let's kill your other excuses right now while we're at it. But my goals are unique. So what? You want to talk about movies? Prepare for a job interview? Argue about video games? You filter by interests and find a teacher who gets it. But my schedule is insane. Good, your teacher is on the other side of the world. They're awake when you are. You can book a lesson for 6 a.m. before work or 11 p.m. when the house is finally quiet. Find your slot, book it, show up. With over 30,000 teachers teaching 150-plus languages, there is literally someone for your exact budget, your specific goal, and your unique schedule. The platform is designed to eliminate every single reason you have for not speaking. All that's left is you. To prove it, I jumped into a French lesson myself because my own accent needs work.
J'ai développé, comme vous pouvez le voir, beaucoup de typos dans mon français.
En français, le typo, on va dire une coquille.
Par rapport à moi, j'ai développé beaucoup de coquilles dans mon français.
Ouais, vous pouvez le dire. Vous pouvez dire quand j'écris, il y a des coquilles.
That one tiny correction just saved me from months of practicing the wrong thing. That's the feedback you can only get from a real person. And now Italki is doubling down on this. What happens after the teacher leaves the room? They've launched Italki Plus. Think of it as your AI training partner. It takes the key moments from your human conversation and builds personalized drills and summaries so you can hammer those lessons home. It's the perfect bridge to your next session, and they're giving you a 1-month free trial to check it out. So, here's the deal. You can keep sitting in your empty room, collecting digital badges, and wondering why you still can't speak. Or you can actually start the conversation. The choice is yours, but Italki is making it a no-brainer. Click the link in the description. When you buy $10 of Italki credits, you get an extra $5 for free for your first lesson. Use my promo code Vocafusion. Now, this is not for everyone. This deal is only for the first 50 people who are serious enough to take action. The rest of you can go back to your apps. I'm kidding. Mostly. So stop decorating the room. It's time to start the conversation. Anyway, now that you have your sparring partner, let's move on to step 2. How do we kill translation? First, you have to understand what a word really is. When you hear the word dog in English, you're not just hearing a word. You're hearing a whole symphony of ideas, images, feelings, memories. But when you learn that the Russian sobaka just means dog, that whole symphony collapses into a single, out-of-tune horn solo. You're not learning, you're just decoding. So here's your game. I call it the Google Detective. From now on, whenever you learn a new word, don't look it up in a dictionary. Go to Google Images and type it in. Your mission is not to find a translation, but to find the feeling. Look for the pattern. When I looked up the Russian word devushka, I didn't just see girl. I saw hundreds of pictures of young women, often in professional photos or even bikinis. Instantly, I had a much richer story than girl. It's not just a word, it's a concept. Step 3, make it personal. Start finding simple sentences in books or shows. Found a sentence with a word you want to learn? Steal it! That sentence is gold. It gives you grammar and context for free. Turn it into a fill-in-the-blank flashcard. Step 4, make it unforgettable. Use a spaced repetition system, SRS. It's a smart flashcard app that shows you your cards right before you forget them. This isn't cramming, it's science. You are literally programming your long-term memory. Step 5, build the wall. For your 30 minutes, no English. Your flashcards are in the target language. The sentences are in the target language. You're creating a sacred, immersive space for your brain to build its new home. Why this changes everything? This isn't just about learning words, it's about identity. Every single time you make a picture flashcard instead of a translation one, you're casting a vote for the version of you who is fluent. Not with words, with actions. You're voting for the version of you that connects with people, that explores cultures, that understands the world on a deeper level. Do the math, 10 new connections a day. That's 3,650 words, phrases, and grammar structures learned forever in 1 year. Not just recognized, but known. While everyone else is getting a 500-day streak for matching cat with gato and still can't ask where the bathroom is, you're building a real skill. Small hinges swing big doors. And this hinge, the one that swings open a world of new friendships, travel, and opportunities, it's not about buying some program and expecting magic. It's the method itself. It's the system of building direct connections in your brain, one by one, with your damn flashcards. You won't feel it tomorrow. You might not feel it next month, but give it 90 days. And one day, you'll be watching a movie and realize you didn't even notice the subtitles were off. You'll overhear a conversation and just understand. You'll have that, holy crap, I'm doing it moment. Of course, you could always keep using that app. You can keep telling people you're learning a language. You can let another 5 years slip by while you watch other people have the adventures you keep wishing you had. The next 5 years are coming, whether you learn Spanish or not. The question is, will you be the one building a second brain, or will you be the one still binge-watching someone else's travel vlog? If you're ready to stop translating and start thinking, smash that like button. Drop the language you're committing to in the comments below. The choice is yours. But I'll tell you this. Don't hit the translate button on your future. If you do, you're not just learning slowly. You're cementing a future where you never really learn at all. So what's it going to be?